especially online because it's cheap. I'm pretty sure this is a mulligan. 2 lands, triple 4-drop sounds pretty bad in this deck that kind of has a low curve. This hand seems okay. Remember this Boros Garrison is effectively 2 lands, and we have Galvanic Blast to slow our opponent down a little bit. The Military Industrial Complex. I can't say that I know what that is offhand. I think I'm gonna bottom that. I already have 1 piece of removal. I'm just like looking for like a 2-drop threat or something potentially, I think. Sacred Cat. Some kind of tokens deck, maybe? Play this out. Play the Prophetic Prism. Let's go down P-Dead. Probably play the Boros Garrison next turn. It's like the old blue-white heroic deck from Standard, right? Whenever you cast a spell that targets, put a 1 counter on it, sure. So I probably just want to blast this one down, right? Just go like Galv Blast this, play Boros Garrison. That Standard format was great. Had a competitive budget deck, had a variety of archetypes. Moto's using 2.3 gigs of RAM. I'll restart it after this match. Yep, I'm aware. I've played against Infect before. It's basically Infect. Basically Infect. I mean, Infect plays Rancor sometimes. I would like a crown, please. Apostle Man, I just stream whatever people pay me to play. And we had a few people send dollars in for me to put some Pauper decks in the queue, so I'm giving it another chance, looking what the numbers look like, and comparing it to Modern and Legacy and all those other jazz that we usually play here. This is the 2nd time we've streamed Modern in the last couple of months. I guess it's been about 6 weeks since we played the last Modern stream. Been a wild ride from Moto to Hex and then memes. I await the full sellout and the Hearthstone stream. Well, we're not going to stop playing Choose a Color. Gross. Gross. Oh, okay. So they're going to take the Monarch here, but I'm going to get to Galv Blast this. I mean, with the 2nd Palace Sentinels, I could just play another Palace Sentinels and steal the Monarch back, right? I paid you to not play this right now. Yeah, we already played the One Land Spy League, so if that is what you are looking for, you'll want to take a peek on YouTube later. I'm gonna Alchemist Vial this next turn so they can't attack with it. So that way we keep the Monarch for another go round. I would like to be the Monarch, please. We played One Land Spy earlier tonight that probably qualifies as the most meme deck in the format. Galvblast, Bolt. Galvblast, Bolt, Tilt. It's really sad that we didn't, that we bottomed that Bolt on one, so it would have been quite excellent in this matchup. Yep. Yeah, it feels a lot like Legacy in terms of like the power level of like the good decks versus the not good decks in the format. That is going to get out of red removal range really quickly. We have 2 Journeys to Nowhere in our deck, right? That does not feel like a lot of hard removal. I wonder if they're going to name red or white with this. I assume they'll name white here. Oh, we have Oblivion Ring as well, too, huh? You have 1 Oblivion Ring. Protection from red. Okay, sweet. $37 rats, 23 lands. Oh, if they name white, the armor falls off. Okay, that makes sense. I guess I'm doing this. Yeah, I wasn't comparing Pauper to Legacy in terms of the styles of decks that see play. I was comparing Legacy to Pauper in the terms of like how good the best decks are in comparison to the worst decks in the format. That card's pretty good. Helps us keep the Monarch online on our side of the board. We're so close to the city's plus egg, right? Embalmed Cat. Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. Yep, yeah, I agree. I actually think that one of the things that's like kind of stifling about Legacy is that even though there's more cards that are technically legal in Legacy as a format, I think there's actually less playable decks in Legacy because of the power level of the cards that actually see play. So we have infinite Prismatic Strand Fogs here, huh? It's fog. It's fog with flashback. It's white moments piece. Are we double blocking my Thraben Inspector? Probably okay with that. Put my vials in. What the hell? Put my stuff. Stop being down on my stuff, Hogland. Why you gotta be so mean? I would like to be the Monarch, please. So I'm gonna go ahead and Glint Hawk, pick back up Prophetic Prism here. This one, please. And then I'm actually going to play the Mountain out here so I can Prismatic Strands plus cycle the Secluded Steppe. They actually are having a no ban list Modern Open this summer. The Open at SCG Con is a no ban list Modern Open. And this is a very subjective personal opinion, but I don't think no ban list Modern sounds like much fun. I think part of what I really like about Modern, Modern isn't perfect, but its issues largely stem from degenerate cards still being legal, so adding more degenerate cards to the format is not exactly what I want to do. You could play Twin, right? Look, I've got a dirty secret to share with everyone who's playing in the no ban list Modern Open. Your Modern deck better be starting with one of two cards: 4 Mental Misstep or 4 Chalice of the Void. Yeah, I agree. I think as a one-off, if you just want to like blow your load and do something obnoxious, it's probably fine. Grishelbrand with Chrome Mock sounds great. That sounds hilarious. Prevent all damage at sources of a color your choice to deal this turn. So we're going to pick white here. I mean, there's a short list of cards in Modern that, like, almost certainly shouldn't be legal, right? Like, Skull Clamp's a very glaring mistake. Misstep's a very glaring mistake. Like, there are cards that just, well... I would like to take no damage, please. Thank you. Also worth noting, this is game 1 and my opponent's burned 9 minutes off their clock so far, which is a lot of time off their clock. So I'm going to go Battle Screech, Kor Skyfisher, flashback Battle Screech here. I mean, Screech is just a great card in general, right? Are we gonna block my 1/2 instead of my 2/4? Oh, they're gonna make it lethal, sure. You have bested my Thraben Inspector opponent. Inspector down. Poor little Inspector. Sensei's Divining Top is banned in Modern largely because it creates misery, not because it's too powerful. I pick my Inspector up. SCG Con, so sometime this summer, July or sometime like that. It's just tap an untapped white creature, right? Yep. God, that's such a messed up flashback cost. Tap an untapped white creature, yep. Anyone have any input on how to upgrade my subscription? If you just click the drop down submenu at the top, it should give you an option to upgrade. You could also click here, alcohol. That should give you the option for different ticketings for the channel. Yeah, Justin, I agree with you to a degree, but like, it's just a card that by and large, like forces people to slow down a lot of the time. It's like putting drugs in front of a drug addict, basically, right? It functionally slows down entire tournaments is just like the end result. Now, the reason why it slows it down is up for debate, but like the end result is it slows the tournaments down. My favorite is when people would top, like they'd top on their upkeep, draw their card, top again, and then they wouldn't do anything and they'd top like at the end of your turn. Like, did something really change? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing with our lives? Your top 3 ain't changed. Yep, that's exactly correct. It's like, where are we going with this? Yeah, I agree. The bolts are going upstairs here. We're going to hopefully draw enough cards to just burn them out of this game. We've got 3 bolts and 2 Galvanic Blasts left in our deck. Couple of attacks, couple of dome blasts. Ooh, a couple of Galv Blasts, he says. Hot, hot, hot. Hot ta ta ta. Hot ta ta ta. Do 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 do. Standard bearer takes all their stuff. While choosing targets as part of it, your opponent must choose them. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh baby. Oh baby. Oh baby. Oh baby. It's a Sanctifiers matchup. This may or may not be a Sanctifiers matchup. Probably not. I think it's just Standard Bearer. I think I'm going to trim 1 Sentinel just because it's a little bit slow. Electrickery is a little slow. I guess Electrickery does kill some of their heroic creatures, though. I think I'm just going to do that. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, I'm not going to do a full sellout spiel right now, but Magic Online is running really slowly and it's kind of frustrating, so I'm going to restart it really quick here. So enjoy the page while I relog in here real quick. All right, so we're up a game. What is going on, Magic Online? Easy mulligan here. Seems pretty good. Seems reasonable. Hey, nice timing. Tino, thank you very much for the 4-month resubscription, a third of a year. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Thank you for that. I'm going to leave it on Wind-Scarred Crag here. And then next turn we can go Den, Inspector, Blast their 2-drop. No second land deal. Now we get to go Inspector, Inspector. Get some run goods while we're playing the best deck here. A cycle a Defiant Strike, yep. Thanks for the streams. Your content is great. Put this towards the deck of your chase. Thank you, Tino. I appreciate the cheer. Thanks for doing that on top of re-upping your sub there. Let's just get this out of the way. Drop this Bog into... Whoa! Well, I'm glad we did that before combat, huh, chat? That is certainly a thing that has just occurred. Actually, I am going to smash here, right? Because this has 4 points of damage marked on it. So if they want to trade this to gain 5 with my Thraben Inspector, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I mean, you definitely protect the Seeker of the Way there. I was just kind of surprised that they had Mutagenic Growth. That wasn't a card that was on my mind. I hate Phyrexian mana cards. That's such a stain on the design of Magic the Gathering. This is my mono white free protection spell. And Prismatic Strands shall put the game on its back and carry us forward. Dear Prismatic Strands, please carry us across the finish line. I think it's a bird. Nope, definitely not a bird. That's a 5/5, huh? It's a pretty big in. I think I'm going to play into Chump Block next turn. I don't even think that needs to be along with one colorless. I really just like that dislike that the Phyrexian mana things like break the color pie is what it comes down to. Lifelink. Enchanted creature has lifelink. Yep. The most offensive thing in my mind about Phyrexian mana is the fact that it breaks the color pie pretty freely. It breaks the color pie in the sense that it allows colors to have access to effects that they otherwise normally wouldn't have. So, for instance, like Dismember is a good example of that, right? Like it gives a basically pseudo hard removal to colors that shouldn't have it. Standard bearer of their own, sure. Hey, did I miss a... Jeff, I've been thinking about this. This is a serious question. Do you think blue is the weakest monocolor in Modern? Do you think WotC's choice to continue to blend cantrips because of Storm? It will never get better. That's tough. I think if you're talking about just like playing individual single color decks, Mono Blue probably has it the hardest, but I think generically in the context of like 2, 3, and 4 color decks and like decks in general, I think white's actually the weakest color in Modern. Can we actually like... Hey, Anoronics. Howdy. I think we're Prismatic Strandsing this turn. Of course, Prismatic Strandsing this turn. This deck just like doesn't have a lot of closing power as part of the issue. This deck really lacks like a big bomb, and they've gained so much health that we can't really burn them out of the game. Cast Moment's Peace. Well, we have a bunch of card draws in the bank here. This is game 2 and we are up a game. This is game 2 and we are up a game. We've got some time here. We've got some card draws in the bank. We can take a hit or two from the Seeker of the Way. Past having card draws in the bank. Yeah, Vial fogs their Seeker of the Way for a turn. I definitely think we're ahead. It feels weird to me that this deck only has 3 pieces of hard removal in the 75. Yeah, when someone drew the comparison of this deck to Jeskai Control in Modern, that comparison made a lot of sense to me. It seems like a very apt comparison, having played it for a match here. Alcohol! Re-upping with the big sub. Thanks for coming back again and again and again. I do appreciate it. I think I'm just going to take this hit for 6 here. Be sure to drop me a message. Let me know what you want your big sub donation deck for the month to be. I love that you're on just the mono salty bits, Justin. I'm gonna do this. We'll make this not be able to attack or block during their upkeep with the Vial. Then we have one more fog in the bank here. So we probably have 3 or 4 more draws before we really need to hit something good. Yeah, definitely alcohol. I will get that done. I'll make a note of that. Thank you for the sports. We'll get to that one pretty soon then. Might do that tomorrow with Justin's deck. They could have some instants here for this, but I guess they have to target this actually, right? But they'd still get prowess triggers. Oh, there's one brick. It's a pseudo brick. Doesn't really accomplish anything for us. That's another brick. Ooh, am I holding back these flyers at this point? No, because I'm gonna fog them this turn. I wonder if boarding out the third Monarch card was wrong, just so we can power through situations like this. Like, it is kind of clunky, but like maybe we just can't afford to go down to 2 just because it's so much card advantage. We just like want to see one in the top third of our deck every game. Flashback this Prismatic Strands in response to this. Obviously. I messed up here. I should have bolted this in response probably, because that way they couldn't protect it because I had Journey to Nowhere, but like once it already has a prowess trigger, they could just like play a spell and protect it from the bolt. So I should have bolted this in response. Sounds good, alcohol. So I would just concede here because we're very unlikely to win this game, but my opponent has 7 minutes on their clock. So if they continue playing the third game as slowly as they've played these first 2, timing them out could be a very real option. So I'm going to go ahead and make them click through and actually kill me. And they have mutagenic growth here. So like if I would have responded to the prowess trigger on Journey to Nowhere, I would have been able to kill this Seeker of the Way with the bolt because they would have been forced to mutagenic growth my standard bearer. So my missequencing is going to allow this Seeker of the Way to live here. That being said, they are kind of out of gas here, right? So if they draw land for a turn or 2, we could be in a really okay spot if we hit it. No, we already played Teachings, Petehead. We've already played a few things tonight. What do we play? We've played Teachings, we've played Fog, we've played One Land Spy. The Pauper decks that are left, if we play another one after this, are Eggs and Ponza. But honestly, the way this league is going, this might be the last one of the night if these are all going to be long. Yeah, I agree. I think the fact that we really need a critical mass means I probably shouldn't board out any of the Monarch cards. Probably should just be like a Sacred Cow that we never touch. Alright, if we had a removal spell here, we could be in this game. It could be anything. That could be anything. Even like the Fog card would be a great draw at this point. Hopefully they just draw a land or 2 here. They're 19 cards into their deck with only 5 lands so far. At least these Thraben Inspectors are chump blockers, right? Oh, it's not a good sign. I assume they drew a spell here. I'm gonna concede to a spell. Whoa, that is an aggressive attack without a spell. Well then, we take nothing and we almost clear their board. So, please let me draw removal. Please let me draw removal. We have 2 Journeys and an Oblivion Ring in our deck. That's Fog, chat. That draws us 2 cards. That's, yep. It's gonna draw us a couple of cards, chat. So you're saying there's a chance. That's all I need. That's all I need is a chance. Opponents due to draw some lands here. Like, let's go! Giddy up. Giddy up, doggy. Okay, okay. And like, even if we end up losing this game still, we're gonna burn a whole bunch more time off my clock. Ayo! Hey, Kinu, thank you very much for the 5-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Almost half a year. I appreciate the continued support. That's a Galvanic Blast. Okay. Put it on the most degenerate deck in the queue, your choice. Thanks for the salty bits, Vix. I appreciate it. Am I okay going to 1 here? I think I'm just going to go to 1 if they don't trigger prowess. If they trigger prowess, obviously we have to fog, but... I think we were only in for fogging non-lethal attacks. Well, no, if they removed the Hawk, I'd just fog in response. This effect... Oh, if they removed the Hawk at my end of turn? Yeah, potentially. Maybe I should have left the Inspector back. Maybe I should have left the Inspector back. Put it down to 4.5 minutes on clock. So here's open for some more things that draw cards or removal for this stupid Seeker of the Way. They actually run Gutshot. Well then. That could be anything, chat. Even a boat. That could be anything, chat. That could be anything, chat. Yo, dog, I heard you like cards that draw cards, so we gave you cards that draw more cards. Alrighty, that's another fog. This deck is gross. Just the grind here is just kind of insane. Oh, yeah. Is that our last fog? Are we through 2 of them? I think we're only through 1. It is our last fog. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, now we really need 2 removal spells. Why does this deck only have 3 pieces of hard removal? Nobody knows. Ooh, found a piece of candy. Ooh, found a piece of candy. Are we gonna deck before we could potentially win the game? I feel like we're gonna deck before we could kill them potentially. Yeah, this is probably gonna be the last deck tonight. This is... We're 40 minutes into game match 1 here. Journey to nowhere. Rude. Yeah, they've been gaining so much health. I guess we're pretty due for a removal spell here, right? We're pretty well due for a removal spell. It's not a good game of Magic until you're at risk. And, like, we're up a game here. So, like, if they beat us, they have to beat us in 3 minutes in the last game. Welcome to Fog. Aye. Oh. Let's go. Aye. Oh. Let's go. Be-dee-dee-dee-doo. 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 Beep, 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 beep. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I can't wait for us to hit hard removal, but deck 2 turns later, right, Tino? Thank you very much for the bits. Once we hit removal, we'll be able to use this to fog this for a turn at least. We have some chump blocks, and God bless us, everyone. God bless us, everyone. Get it out of here. Goodbye. So long. Good riddance. God. Alright, there's 2 more pieces of hard removal and 20 cards in our deck. 2 more pieces of hard removal and 20 cards, chat. Ooh, that's a cantrip. Alright, you cannot attack. Stop it. I punted. Sorry, I was clicking too quickly there. I'm gonna Galv Blast this so they can't steal the Monarch, so I should have Galv Blasted it in response so the cartouche didn't make a token. So the reason why I didn't Galv Blast that in response is because I made a mistake. I also should have just left Kor Skyfisher back instead of Glint Hawk back. That was another small mistake on my part. Yes, pick up this one. Stop moving my stuff around, Magic Online. Stop it. Stop it. Damn it, Moto. Damn it, Moto. This is what you like to call the Kansas City Shuffle in the biz here. We, in the biz, like to refer to as the Kansas City Shuffle. Oh, I forgot to attack with that because I'm clicking too quickly and talking. Oh, I could reset O-Ring. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I didn't even think about that. Didn't even think about that. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for pointing that out. Definitely could and should have reset the O-Ring. Oh my god, I just let that resolve. Fuck me. Just taking this game and throwing it in a garbage can. So many mistakes trying to play quickly. I'm gonna bolt my Glint Hawk here to prevent them from gaining it. Yeah. They're still gonna gain 4 off of this though. Oh, and they're gonna take the Monarch, so I should have chump blocked there too. God, just infinite mistakes. Attack for 2 here. Because I clicked OK because I needed to kill it in response to the thing. Once it was too big once I did that. And because of my mistakes, we're actually not gonna have enough cards left in our deck to win the game at this point. Fuck, get out of here. It's fine. We're just hopefully gonna time them out here. I'm just gonna keep playing this game to time them out. The monarchy is just more triggers they don't have time for. That's actually kind of true. We're looking to get to a spot where they're gonna have to win the last game in 60 seconds or so, 90 seconds or so. Oh geez, yeah, I forgot about this one. Sign me up. I think they're going to win by decking me here, it looks like. Well, I guess there's 2 pieces of removal left in my deck, right? I think we're actually in danger of decking here is what we're actually in danger of. There's only 10 cards left in my deck. God, if we'd have blasted this in response to the enchantment or reset this O-Ring, we'd be so far ahead this game. Like, actually be able to kill them instead of just playing to clock them out. The turn before I deck, I'm going to double block to get a little bit extra time off their clock. So, Moto timeouts 101. If you're trying to time your opponent out, double block them. Because when you double block your opponent on Magic Online, the Magic Online client stops and asks them to order blockers in front of every one of their creatures. That way it takes like an extra 2 seconds off their clock for everyone. In case anyone wanted a class in timing their opponents out. They just stopped attacking. It's funny. Look, we all agreed to the rules of Magic Online when we signed up, okay? My opponent and I both agreed. So, they have 47 seconds to win the third game. God bless. Begin sideboarding. 47 seconds. This should be in my deck. This is a sacred cow and you should never cut it. Never cut the cow. I'm gonna cut this Glint Hawk. Get out of here. I would love to play first. Thank you for asking. It's an easy mulligan. This hand's a little bit medium, but we get a Scry, and like a Bolt's one of our better cards in this matchup, so I'm definitely gonna keep this. Like, Bolt should be a card that should keep us from, yeah, so they're just gonna concede because they're out of time. All right, whew. Won the timeout marathon. I think our deck would have actually won that second game if I had been playing a little bit slower, which is like I gave up percentage points towards playing well so I could be ahead on clock. And then we ended up winning based on clock. My name is Jeff Hoagland. Welcome to everybody that's hanging out here tonight. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday, great end of your week here. If you're enjoying my content and you want to help me make more of this content, the best way you can do that is by subscribing on Twitch. My subscribers are a big part of why I'm able to do what I do as often as I do it. I stream Magic here on Twitch full time. You can also support my stuff by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code HOAGLAND PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags there. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn your Magic cards into other Magic cards or cash directly with other players. There's no haggling. They just take a 1% fee off the top. And finally, this stream is made possible by viewers like Anaronix, Justin, Nivik, and you. At the very least, please make sure you hit that follow button if you're new and enjoying my content. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything. It'll let you know when I go live and with what. I always put the format and the names of the decks that we're going to be playing on a given day in the stream title so you can kind of have a heads up on what we're planning on playing on a given day. If you see something that sounds sweet that you can't catch live while we're playing it, be sure to check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. 100% of my streams get archived there, and I break them up by deck and by matchup so you can watch just the stuff that you care about. Don't mention my name, democracy is dead. Oh, Justin. This matchup's probably pretty hard, right? My gut says this matchup's probably bad for us. Oh no. Oh, we're one turn too late. One turn too late. We have Standard Bearer and Sanctifiers and Electrickery. We have some tools here. They're not like amazing tools, but they are tools that certainly exist. Someone mentioned the sponsor speech getting kind of long. Yeah, I agree. I think I might actually have secured a sixth sponsor starting for next month. So I think if that's the case, I intend to probably split it up into 2 different sponsor pages and like do them at different intervals. Like put three of the sponsors on one page and plug them for a short bit at one point, and then put 3 on the other page. What's going on, Mixmaster? Yeah, we're playing Pauper tonight. Those are the games I want to see. Can I keep this? How many lands are in my deck? Did you finally? It's actually going to be my first non-gaming, non-computer related sponsor. I can't say who it is yet because we haven't fully sorted out all the details, but I'm actually kind of excited for like an off-thing sponsor that's just like a regular generic commercial. This card is so good in this matchup, though. It's so good. Needs more mods on the banner. Like, what are our odds of winning if this card's in play? Like, ridiculously high, right? Like, this is our single best card in the matchup, true or false? What I think we're a huge dog in this matchup, right? And one of our ways to steal it, yes, I agree. I think the matchup's rancid, and this is our best card in the matchup. So playing this card on 2 is our best chance to win. So basically the way you want to look at a mulligan like this is if you look at this and you say, okay, I think I'm 90% to win this game if I draw a land because of Standard Bearer. Well then, I'm 90% to win if I hit a land. What's my percentage of hitting a land? Like, I'm pretty likely to win the game if I hit a land. It's a slippery boy. It's a slippery boy. Raise your flags. Raise your flags. Put your flags up. Are they cheating? They didn't Utopia Sprawl my Standard Bearer. Why didn't they have to Utopia Sprawl my Standard Bearer, chat? So, for reference, this was a good keep. Well, that's some horse shit. Enchant creature you control? What kind of poop is that? That's a big old bag of doo-doo. Who designed that card? Can we fire them? That's file for comp. Didn't Utopia Sprawl me? Didn't cartouche me? Why'd we even board this card in, chat? Why'd we even bring it in? Oh, I'm so salty right now. I'm so salty. I'm so salty. All right. Let's move on with our lives here. Sometimes they wanted a whole lot more than you, chat. Sometimes they wanted a whole lot more than you do. And that's okay. You just gotta brush your shoulders off and roll right on along here. Do. Let me help you bathe in it. Justin's throwing stuff at me again. The saltiest of bit cup shakers. Thanks for the cheer, Justin. If you look at the bit leaderboard under the stream, you'll understand that Justin has a lot of bits. And realizing the answer is nothing. Isn't that great, Gabriel? It really is a great feeling. It's like, I'm all caught up. And it feels great. I just keep buying more salty bits. I believe you are ahead on bits, Nivik. You are number 3, Nivik. Has a surprising lack of rares. I'm not sure if it shows up on mobile. Pauper's all right. The more I play this format, the more I feel like it's very similar to Legacy in that there's a lot of different things you could be doing and that people are playing, but most of the decks people seem to play are probably pretty bad. And a big part of why the format has any variety at all is because people are mostly playing bad decks that they like. Oh no! Oh no! We're getting spied, chat! We're getting memed! No, there's an overall leaderboard too for total bits. It's under the stream. It's a widget, which has Anoronics and then Project Swamp and then Nivik and then Justin. They even have the... Do you think they were watching the stream earlier tonight? And they were like, Hogland's right. We need a white bordered forest. What decks do I think are the good ones? I don't think I've played the format enough to really know or like be able to give you a good metagame appreciation. You should probably just go look at like the MTG Goldfish like settings and stuff. Well, I mean, so a big part of why things that are oppressive remain legal in formats like Pauper is because Wizards of the Coast actively doesn't want you playing formats like Pauper. Like, Pauper doesn't sell Wizards of the Coast booster packs because Wizards of the Coast doesn't make money off of Pauper because Wizards of the Coast doesn't feel like it's worthwhile for them to make money off of Pauper. It's the same reason Legacy has slow changes and stuff like that. I just wanted to blow up all the salty bits. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Yeah. Yeah, the shakers. Shake your money maker. Oh no, are we dead? I think we might be dead, chat. I mean, to be fair, Shold, we objectively don't know what's oppressive. Only Wizards knows. Can I put a copy of a deck already in the queue for 12? I don't know what you mean, Justin. You can bump up decks that are already in the queue, yes. Good lord, they're gonna kill us with the transmute even. Holy crap. I mean, like, what people think is oppressive varies from person to person. Like, you know, there's a ton of people that'll tell you Grixis Delver and Legacy isn't oppressive. We literally have no interaction, right? I'm just clicking submit and hoping for the best. I think the Angel Core deck that we've been playing on stream, one relic, sure. Yep, better than Electrickery. The Angel Core deck that we've been playing on stream is very good. And by very good, I mean like tier 3 and competitive. It's nowhere near one of the best decks in Modern. I mean, we're not mulliganing for one relic, right? Just like not a reasonable plan. Oh, does their card? Yeah, Justin, you can add a bunch of instances of the same deck to the queue. But like, my point is, we can't know that Wizards only bans oppressive things because we don't actually have data to tell us when something's oppressive. We don't have the information to tell us. We can't know that they only ban things when they're actually oppressive because we don't actually know when they're really oppressive. Or we don't know when things are oppressive, but they don't deal with them. Does their one land spy, does their win condition target creatures? Deals X damage to target player or planeswalker? It doesn't. So standard bearer does not matter. If you think the opponent's deck looks sweet and you're just joining us, their opponent's deck is sweet. We actually played their deck as the second Pauper deck tonight, and be sure to check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hogan. I'll publish that later on there. We don't really have the information. Because it's online means we should have the information, but we don't. Wizards of the Coast doesn't share the information with us. The data that we get from leagues is intentionally incomplete, which makes it mostly useless for determining when something's actually oppressive. We don't actually get win rates of things. We don't get conversion rates, etc. Hey, Justin with the $24 donation. Add 2 more instances of pick it up because you just gave me permission and you took away my... Stop it, Justin. No. I told you that you get 1 deck per month that's so terrible I would reject it from anyone else. And that one certainly qualifies. Dunzor, I think the first thing leads to the second thing happening. Yeah, in fact, Wizards of the Coast recently, they're publishing all the 5.0 lists now with the asterisk that they omit lists that are within 25 cards of another list that's been published. So basically, we'll show you everything that's different, but we're not going to show you when 20 copies of the same deck 5.0 in a week. We're not going to show you when 40 copies of the same deck 5.0 in a week. All right, so they're dead next turn, but they don't know that yet, so that's good for us. The opponent's deck, if you're familiar with my Legacy content, is basically a Pauper port of Oops All spells. Yeah, but I'm sorry Justin made me play it, like, loses its humor and its grandeur if it happens every week, right? The prices online versus paper drastically vary depending on what cards they are. Tell me more. Does he have a car? Ba da doo doo ba ba doo doo ba ba doo ba ba doo doo ba ba doo doo ba 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 da da da. Wizards of the Coast is of the opinion that data is evil and it's a problem. And when one of Wizards of the Coast formats ends up being kind of sour, they point fingers at the people solving the formats and not the fact that they designed a shitty format. Well, this hand's great. Remember when I said we couldn't mulligan to our one relic? We can draw it naturally. I'm gonna bottom that. I mean, Aaron Forsyth has a large representation of Wizards. He represents Wizards of the Coast by and large. Fuck, are we dead next turn? Hey, Justin, I'm laughing uncontrollably that the donation was the most. Alright, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they don't quite have enough to go off yet. And Iman, thank you very much for the 3-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. A quarter of a year. Thanks for the continued support. Prismatic Strands does blank their combo kill. I believe, from my experience playing their deck a second ago, they did not have enough resources to go off this turn. So they could draw. They need to either draw the bauble or the creature count graveyard ritual to be able to kill us. Innistrad RTR standard was good. I really liked Con standard as well. Hey, Lurkmore, thank you very much for the 1,000 bits. I appreciate that. Am I dead? I didn't think I was dead, but maybe they ripped well here. Should you have brought in Lone Missionary since we know there's deck struggles to deal upwards of 23? I'm not sure, actually. They balustrade spied us. Okay. Yep. Resolves. You spied my deck, opponent. You've played this card in the, oh geez. Oh no, chat. How do we beat 3 power worth of creatures? I don't know what robots is, but let's bump that up $24. Robots is affinity. Robots is affinity. That's what I call affinity because it doesn't have any affinity cards in it. Sure. I like the cut of your jib, opponent. Your jib is cut in a just fine manner. Your giblets. Get blasted. Prison sounds good. I think a prison's actually in there already. I can bump it up. Yeah, I'll bump prison up. It's actually already in there. Legacy Torpor Orb. Stifle Knot. I've been around a while for Legacy. I've played some Stifle Knot in my day. This feels a little bit bad, but at the same time, these two lock down their balustrades by, which is nice. Alright, I'm getting a little tired. We're gonna sit down for the last hour of the stream here. Enjoy the ride down, chat. Man, you think I can apply for John Avon's job soon? We're really good at drawing lands. This thing flies? What the I guess I've never considered blocking a Balustrade Spy before. Is this the first time someone's ever read Balustrade Spy and gone, huh, that flies. Look at that. The more you know. I'm just like, all right, sure. Yeah, learn something new every day. I drafted the shit out of that card, yep. I've played Oops a bunch and didn't realize it flied. It flew. This is my standing desk. It is fantastic and I love it. If you end up getting one, you should mention my name and my stream in the comments of your order. All right, we're 2-1, taking a quick loss to Bogles, but scraping through otherwise. Of course it flies. How else would it reach Balustrade? I did not say manning the desk. In fact, I've reached out to the desk people before and they explicitly stopped returning. They like emailed me back and asked me some details about my stuff, and then they just stopped responding to my emails. I like emailed them a follow-up and I was like, all right, assholes. It's really sad because like their product is great. We actually bought a second standing desk for upstairs for Christie's desk too, because they're just quality stuff at a decent price. It's like, you people don't understand how many of your decks I can help you sell. I know for a fact that two or three people that watch the stream have already bought them. Justin with the 50. This is for next month. If I don't do it now, I'll forget. Also, feel free to make changes. Oh. To be honest, the people or the company or the advertising marketing whatever that I've reached out to person that emailed me from the desk company. They're probably just an older person that's probably like my parents' age that has no idea what Twitch is. Heck, even some people, even there's a lot of millennials that don't even know what Twitch is and wouldn't believe that it's a reasonable advertising route. When I go to family parties and people ask me like, what are you doing for work now? And I like kind of try and explain what I'm doing. They're like, huh? What? I'm like, you know what YouTube is? It's kind of like that. I do kind of end up advertising it for free, but I'd chill it way harder than people just asking about it. Maybe using that bolt there was aggressive. I was gonna have to move to hand size though, so like, and get spell stutter sprayed and hate my life here. You're a professional meme, and that's all they need to know. Yep. I've been told this matchup is good for us, so we'll see if that ends up being the case. I wanted something that was just complete missile head. I didn't want to have to fumble with doing things myself. I wanted something that was going to have a full warranty in case there were any issues with any part of what I was buying. Christie was ecstatic that the thing that I spent a bunch of time doing anyways, like I've always spent a bunch of time playing games, was like actually making her money to pay for her mortgage. They don't have counterspell up here. Scred me, sure. Oh, that prevents me from flashing this back, sure. I was like, that scred's weird, but it means I can't flash back the Battle Screech this turn. Does that make sense? F-Gator, if you're within driving distance of a Portillo's and you haven't been, let me tell you about mistakes you're making in your personal life. Portillo's is a beef, hot dog, and great dessert place. It's originated out of Chicago, the Chicagoland area. Well, so my standing desk should has motors in the legs that goes up and down automatically for me. So it's more than just a desk that I can stand at. It auto adjusts itself for me. I'm gonna lead on this Glint Hawk because I think they could counter this. Oh, they have a spell stutter sprite that I know about, right? Yeah, so leading on this is good. Yeah. So this is fine. Then I get to go ahead and play the Skyfisher. And the Skyfisher, I have no idea how much torque the motors have offhand. I'm not sure if it listed that. I do know that I have 3 fairly large monitors, a netbook, some monitor stands, my tower, and then a bunch of other stuff on top of the desk, and it goes up and down just fine. Oh, I should have just played this land out of my hand, huh? There was no reason to do that. I don't know where I at. Went on Sunday, and it was strictly the best hot dog I've ever eaten. Thanks for exposing me to a cool place. Thanks for the bit, Skater. Thanks for the tip. I guess I'm just trading here. No, I could have played the Furnace instead of replaying the Den, chat. There was no reason to pick this up because I had a land in hand. Yeah, we played Goblin Storm on stream recently. It felt really terrible. It did not seem like a particularly good deck. Should I have cast a Journey to Nowhere there, maybe? We're just like getting slowly beaten down. I drew the land from the Prism. Oh, I did. Okay, good. Now I feel less dumb. Now I feel less dumb. Tonight's been a bad night for viewer count, Justin. You are not wrong. I'm not 100% certain if Pauper is going to be much of a fixture in the rotation after this evening. I'm just going to take this hit. I don't want to get ninja'd and lose my removal spell too. I'm going to bolt one of these at end of turn. Oh, right. I knew about the Sprite. That's unfortunate. No, I agree. I think Modern has a little bit more going on to it as well, which is definitely a benefit that it has. Maybe when we do it up, Nivik, I'll do it in one of my morning slots, because the morning slots tend to get less viewers than the evenings anyways, so... I think Saffron Olive put the Fididity deck, however it's pronounced correctly, like, when it has the card it's named after, it's very good, and when it doesn't have the card it's named after, it's, like, super anemic. I was told this matchup is supposed to be good for us, but this does not feel good. The Goblin Storm deck is a deck that has a lot of moving pieces in it and doesn't have any way to consistently find those pieces. So it's like a 3-card combo deck with no cantrips or selection. We played Blue-Black Teachings to start tonight, and it was really terrible. It didn't have alchemy in it, to be fair. It was Blue-Black Teachings, not Blue-Black Alchemy. So, it's funny how many people, like, every time I've seen someone stream with the Goblins deck, I've seen Davis stream it, I think Seth streamed it. There was someone else that had been streaming it too, and there were a bunch of people in their chat every time they're like, this is a bad version of the deck, you should play this other version. And like, if there's actually versions that are good, maybe someone at some point will play it and do well, but they all just feel like there's a lot of moving pieces and there's no way to consistently find all of those moving pieces, so thus the deck is inconsistent. And like, on top of all that, it's a deck where, like, even when you find your moving pieces, it's a deck that doesn't beat removal spells on the Skirt Prospector, right? Like, it doesn't beat removal spells on the Skirt Prospector. Yeah, that was bad. All right, so we've got some Pyroblasts and some more Electrickeries here. It's definitely an Oblivion Ring out matchup. This Prismatic Strands out. Yeah, Shold, but you eventually need to draw cards. Like, the deck's good because of the enchantment. You need to draw cards from the enchantment to combo off. So in response to your draw triggers, you just killed them. And it needs to cast creatures, yes. So there are lots of instances where they can just kill your thing. Lots of instances. Is this card bad in this matchup? They have a lot of ways to steal the Monarch from us, right? Am I wrong in my gut feeling that this card is bad? I know we talked about it being a Sacred Cow earlier tonight, but their deck is so evasive. Any thoughts or feelings on this? Yeah, never cutting it's probably right. This effect isn't very good in this matchup. Journey to Nowhere. I'm going to cut Journey. I'm bringing these in. Journey's kind of slow and clunky. I don't know. We have a lot of flyers. We have a lot of removal and a lot of flyers. I don't know. I feel like this deck's good because of the Monarch card, so let's just, like, try never cutting it. But the problem is, like, its beatdown plan is really pretty medium. No, I don't think that's true, JQL girl. If I was streaming Modern tonight, I would have picked up a bunch of viewers because there was no one else streaming tonight that was streaming Modern that was popular. The blue-black video, all my videos get published after I sign off tonight. So after this league finishes, I will format descriptions and stuff and it published on all the videos that we've played tonight. You're always welcome to message me decklist that you're interested in having me play. You can whisper me on Twitch or DM me on Twitter. For those that are new to Pauper, this is a bounce land, which means it's not going to be a for good first land. This is a Karu like the Titan deck plays in Modern, so we're going to need to mulligan here again. All right, let's get to the last one here. We're 2-2. Yeah, we lost to Bogles, then we just mulliganed out of that second game against Delver. It's really weird. I really wish I knew why. My computer locked up the other night at the end of a stream. I've got stats running on it now, but of course, so everything seems fine. I'm told that Pauper in general is fairly grindy. I guess there's a lot of aggressive decks now. Once upon a time, last time we played it like last year, it was fairly grindy, but I feel like a lot of the aggressive decks have gotten better. No, this is match 5. It's gonna be our last match of the evening. Yeah, this sand is rancid. Sand has a scry, I guess. If we hit a second land, we can hopefully cantrip into a third. I thought it's pronounced Keru, but I don't pronounce cards correctly most of the time, so... Nah, I'm kind of spent. I'm about ready to wrap it up. Been going for almost 6 hours. Sorry. Womp womp. Looks like they're playing Burns. Probably a bad deck to missile land drop against. All right, what do we got? Yep, face. You casting non? God, that's good. All right, I'm gonna bolt the crap out of that one. That card's decent. I stayed because I'm loyal and want to throw salty bits. I think this is the best modern deck you've played lately, right? Keru is a land. When it enters the battlefield, it was a bounce land. It's the Keru is the OG bounce land from way back forever ago. It's the OG bounce land. We have a gain 6 here, which is kind of nice. Go to sleep so I can watch your one land spy video. I think Vision sounds right. Yeah, Vision sounds right. I wish the Monarch is only combat damage, right? I'm pretty sure it's only combat damage, but I genuinely don't remember. I'm like 90% sure the Monarch reads combat damage, but I can't actually. When a creature deals combat damage to you, it's control. Okay, sweet, good. I remembered that. Yes, fair. If it wasn't combat damage, it'd be very bad. I agree with that assessment. Oh, we're about to lose the Monarch, aren't we? Your rants on Wizards and Stoneforge Mystic filled my soul. Well, thanks for watching. I'm glad you've enjoyed the YouTube content. Thanks for dropping by tonight while we're live. All right, I think even after our fumble early, we're probably going to win this game. Double Prismatic Strands in hand here. We're going to get ready to turn the corner. We have that on a command here, Justin. Just so you know, there's a bot command for that one. If you've never watched that video before, I would highly recommend doing so. It's quite excellent. Cast Magain 5. Peace, Adam. Have a good night. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for the support. All right, so this is like 10 out of 10 a Battle Screech turn, right? Just like screech it up. Screech, screech, screech it up. Yeah, screech, screech, screech it up. Yeah, screech, screech, screech it up. Play this. Pick up Wind-Scarred Crag because it gains us the health. I'm not sure what I'm going to play. Eggs are steel. I don't make promises I can't keep, so I don't know. I'm just gonna say I don't know. Sorry. That's actually pretty good. I have a Journey to Nowhere in my hand. JK. JK, I got this journey. Oh, we're halfway there. Living on a prayer. Boo-doo-doo. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Boo-doo. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. When do we get more battlegrounds? Asking the real questions. Listen, Trey, I will mix and muddle whatever classic rock I want to mix and muddle, okay? Man, I am excited. This matchup feels good. Are we gonna come out ahead on a... We're gonna come out ahead in a... What's it called league tonight? Yeah. Sweet. Alright, we got 2 copies of Lone Missionary. Missionary. Mission is scary. Start a revolution. Polluting the airwaves. Oh, Standard Bearer should be in my deck. That reads gain some health, basically. I don't know what I want to cut. I'm gonna cut a Glint Hawk and a thing. Alright. Shot you a DM on Twitter with the donation list. Will you ping me there? Yeah, definitely. So my post-stream ritual is I format and publish all of my YouTube videos, and then I go through all my messages on Twitter and Twitch and respond to people that have sent in donation links. They're bringing in Electrickery. Gross. Good call. Good call. A+ suggestion there. Is just Prismatic Strands worth keeping? I feel like I want to mulligan this. It's only got 2 lands in it. I think this hand's good. It's really slow. And like don't have any removal if they stick a creature that does extra damage. Like they play their 2/1/2, I'm just like super dead. Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan this. I don't think this hand's very good. And I'm sure, yeah, we're gonna get an unkeepable 6 into an unkeepable 5. I mean, this is the best hand we've had. This is the best hand, I think, of those 4 that we looked at. I think on the draw, I have like 10 removal spells in my deck, plus 2 Lone Missionaries. Like, I should mulligan to try and find some number of those things. Never forget, chat. You will never lose a game because you mulligan to 4 if you always keep 7. And hey, look, they have their thing that I was worried about. So, like, you know, we're getting paid off. I mean, like, we won game 1 after we, like, mulliganed and missed our second land drop on 2. So, like, we're probably doing okay here. Removal? Removal? Okay. That blocks at least. Well, this is going about as expected. Don't land blaze me, bro. I explicitly asked you not to land Blaze me. Ugh. It's a good window for them to get Chain Lightning in while I'm tapped out. So we're going to 11 here. Really want to draw a removal spell or an artifact to get the Glint Hawk into play. Okay. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do do. There are 21 lands in this deck, 2 of which cycle. We don't have time to cycle though, Schold. If we would have kept that first hand and they would have gone Firebrand Archer into Firebrand Archer and we didn't hit removal in our first 3 draws, we'd have guaranteed lost the game. In general, I don't think people mulligan enough. Any double Searing Blazed here? Nivik, you shipped me far and away many dollary dues, okay? Seriously, it's okay. I appreciate all the support you've sent my way, so don't feel bad. Thank you for the cheer. I do appreciate it. And 4, I don't think it's 4. It's, no, yep, it is 4 of them make 2 mana. Yep. Oh, good, we lost that, right? Got it. All right, on to game 3 on the plate. I just assumed that at 21 lands you couldn't afford to play 4 Boros Garrison, but apparently I don't understand the level of greed that goes into building mana bases in Pauper. Apparently the level of greed that goes into building mana bases in Pauper is new for me. I keep this. It's got an interactive spell. It gains 2 health off of its lands. It's got the best card in our deck in the opener, so let's just go to town. I'm not talking about because they're tapped lands. I'm more so talking about because, like, it effectively only gives you 17 lands in your deck that you can play on turn 1, which seems kind of greedy to me. I think the math says, I actually think the fact that we're playing 4 hasn't really punished us much tonight. I think we're pretty fortunate on that. Like, the small sample of hands that we've had where we've had just a Kerdu as the only land is, like, been really small, which have been surprising to me. We actually only had 1. But I guess you're not keeping most 1-landers anyway, so I guess that's not... I guess maybe that's not an argument. So I'm going to bolt this, then I'm going to go Great Furnace, play this Prism. Like, not in a rush to get this Wind-Scarred Crag down. So we're at 21, they're starting their 3rd turn. We're going to go land Palace Sentinel here, being a really good spot. Or am I just killing that? I might just kill that. I think I'm going to kill this, hold up Prismatic Strands, because getting Prismatic Strands into our graveyard early is good, just because it allows us to then cast it for free later, basically. So we're gonna get to punish them for their sequencing here. They should have just done this on their turn. They fell into the trap of playing instants on their opponent's turn. So we'll gain 4 off of that. This'll die. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's symmetrical. Yep. Yep, I deserve that. Yep. That is a thing that has happened. Good news, chat. Our deck seems like it's really good this matchup, so we're going to 9 here. We're going to go to 10. We're going to play this and get this going. Oh, yeah, they could have smashed our Great Furnace, huh? Look, one good... After I countered my own Galvanic Blast with Prismatic Strands, maybe my opponent got confused and thought we were playing soccer instead of playing Pauper. Like, nah, I'm just going to punt the ball here. And with the Strands in my graveyard, the Palace Sentinels should be good to go. I'm just going to cash this in. This will prevent this from dealing damage to me, so I'll get to keep the Monarch guaranteed. So next turn we get to go blast this, play Inspector, play Vial. We're at 10. We assume they have a 3-ball in their hand. We're going to 6. I disabled the punt command to answer your question because I'd rather people explain why the thing I did was wrong rather than sitting there and just spamming this chat command because they think it's funny. Okay, their last card's a blank. Hopefully. I think we're going to win this game, Justin. Feeling like we're in a pretty good spot. We're going to see a bunch more cards here. This reads gain a life over the course of a couple of turns. I'm pretty sure their last card is bad. It feels like we're ahead here. I tried to lose this game pretty... Yeah, baby. That's a spicy meatball. Spicy meatball, chat. Spicy meatball. So, Zoran, NA, the question I have to ask you is the same question I ask everyone when they want to make changes to a deck that I've worked on. What problem are you solving by making that change to the deck? What issue does the deck have that you feel you're fixing by making the change that you want to make, is what it comes down to. I don't think that adding that switching red out for black solves problems that the deck has, whereas I think the Gear Appear Aether Grid gives you a nice alternative win condition. It allows you to play through Stony Silence very nicely. Oh yeah, I could have filtered the Hawk into play, right? Is that Is that a good one, chat? How do you feel about that one? That one decent? Probably pretty okay. All right, let's close the game out. All right. We finally 3-2'd or better at Pauper League, chat. We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray! No red damage for you. Come back in 1 turn. All right. Is this a concession missionary? Feels like a concession missionary to me. I mean, opponent's a trooper. They are slogging through here. Yes, I technically shouldn't auto-pass because I have a free counterspell here in my discard pile. What are we doing? Are we done wasting each other's time yet? No, we're not going to play eggs tonight. I'm wrapping it up after this match. We might disconnect. Opponent doesn't realize I've got fiber internet and not Comcast. What's the deal? Come on, opponent, at least play quickly. At least play quickly. That is the one thing that's almost therapeutic about Hearthstone. The games clip along so quickly because people don't have to sit here and respond to everything you do. This stream isn't in any way sponsored or endorsed by Comcast, and Comcast, if you're out there, fuck you, it never will be. All right. I don't know. This deck seemed like the best of the decks we played tonight. It seemed like doing something genuinely powerful. I feel like I want some kind of big finisher in this deck. Like, I felt like I kind of struggled to close games out, but I guess like we also did like actually close them out, so like maybe you don't need one. I don't know. If I was working and tuning on this deck, I feel like I would want to try and find like some kind of bomb to put in it, but I guess Pauper doesn't really have bombs, right? Like a lot of the bombs in this format are just like terrible. So maybe you're just supposed to grind people out with like mediocre creatures and burn spells. Battle Screech is the finisher, I guess. Yeah, I think the description after playing this deck, like originally I had listed it as red-white aggro, and that's definitely inaccurate. Like it's definitely more analogous. Someone compared this to Jeskai control, and I think that's definitely the deck I would compare this to. Yeah, this is a control deck. At any rate, thanks everyone for hanging out. If you missed any of the Pauper action, I'm gonna get everything published on YouTube now. Stands this last league. This last league will probably take about 45 minutes to process before I can publish it, but the other 3 leagues that we played earlier tonight will be live within the next 10 minutes at youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland, and I'll catch catch all of y'all later. Have a good evening, and I'll be back tomorrow morning with some modern action. We'll be playing Justin's decks to start, and then I gotta see what else is in the queue. I think Alcohol pushed theirs up, and I gotta sort all the numbers out. Anyway, check the donation queue if you want to see what we're playing tomorrow. Peace, folks.